Hello, welcome back to the channel and to video number 3 of my MGTF Front Subframe refurbishment. 3 days later, actually Monday morning, everything's been cleaned. The subframe itself has been pressure washed. Everything has been rust treated and 2 coats of nitramors, and I reckon it's all looking an awful lot better. So basically it's time to start putting it all back together again. What I do want to do though is replace the ball joint protective boots because the old ones are not in good condition. These springs are surprisingly strong. What I'm not showing you here are the number of times I failed. There's no doubt either a proper technique or a proper tool to do that. It would appear I have neither, so I've got 3 more of these to do, so I'm going to struggle with those, and I shall be back in, I don't know, about 7 or 8 weeks. They weren't so bad in the end, so I managed to do all 4. I found the technique on the second one. First one I struggled with a little bit. After that, quite easy going and well worth doing because the old ones are cracked and split and what have you. There was a couple that needed just a little bit of grease put in, so I've done those as well. And time to move on to the next job. So what I need to do is find what I've done with all the potty bushes and push out the old bushes, put the new ones in. Second time round I did the sensible thing, put a bit of cloth in the vise and avoided scratching my nice new, albeit rather soft paintwork. Next job is to build up the new shock absorbers. I need to dismantle the old ones and rebuild with the new springs and dampers. I'm going to install the upper arms now. I need to clear screw threads as I go along, but now I can refit the hollow box sections. The upper arm pivot shaft nuts are torqued to 74 Newton meters. The wishbone bolts are torqued to 85 Newton meters. Refitting the hub is pretty easy. On the top you've got the ball joint. Only thing worth bearing in mind with that is that it's got a 1.25 pitch nut, which is not the usual pitch nut. At the bottom you just got the pinch bolt. Simple as that, so they're no problem at all. Next I'm going to put the shock absorber in place and get the lower mount bolt in. That actually gets torqued up to 100 Newton meters. One thing worth bearing in mind when I'm talking about all these torque figures, if there's a bush in place somewhere, you don't want to be tightening that up until the car's actually sat on the ground, so that the torque is applied when the bush is in its rest position. That just prevents premature failing. I'm going to fit the steering rack now. There are just 2 clamps holding this in place. The steering rack mounts are torqued to a relatively low 22 Newton meters. Now I'm going to refit the anti-roll bar. Now for the anti-roll bar drop links. Okay, that's the anti-roll bar and drop links in place. You no doubt noticed that the drop links went back with rubber bushes rather than poly bushes. For some reason, don't know why, I don't have the poly bushes for them. All of this was ordered a good couple of years ago, so I probably just missed it, or unless they weren't available or something. I'll have to have a look into it. Maybe they're compatible with the rear drop link bushes, don't know. I'll look into it, sort it. It's an easy enough job to switch those over at some stage in the future. I want to get all this back together and get it MOT'd so they can go back with the rubber bushes for the time being, but they will definitely get retrofitted. Discs and calipers are back on both sides as well. Put the wheels back on, and I've gone around and touched up the paintwork where I damaged it, got rid of all the greasy marks, etc. Next job I think is to put these on, the mounts. I've got the broken bolt to drill out, so that's my next job. Can't argue with that, even if I say so myself. I've actually done quite a good job on that. Don't always get these right, but that one's worked out well. With the aid of the crane, I've got the subframe the right way up now. Just need to do the top half of the shock absorber bushes. Now the new shocks have got a larger nut on them than the old ones, so these bushes are obviously designed for the older ones. So I've just taken out with the stepper drill, just taken that little bit of the top of the bush. It should make it easier to get it over that nut. And I'm going to put those in place now. These are my recovery toe straps for when the car is on the track. Not needed so far, thankfully. What I'm now going to do is roll the subframe under the car, lower the car down onto it, get it bolted up, and then there's a number of jobs to be done afterwards. So currently I've got a jack and an axle stand on the near side, a jack and an axle stand on the off side, my engine hoist providing a bit of health and safety backup just in case, and my lovely shiny refurbished subframe sat under the car. Now it's just a case of slowly lowering the body onto the subframe, checking for alignment and obstructions as we go. Right there. That went really well. So I'm just going to loosely fit the subframe bolts all round, and then it's just got to be lifted ever so slightly. It's actually come down onto the wheel of the engine hoist, so it's not sitting completely down yet, but yeah, looking good. That's the offside done. I'm going to do the near side now. I won't video that because it's obviously just more of the same. That's it for this episode. Next time we'll be finishing the project and getting the car back on the road. Thank you very much for watching. See you soon. Bye.